What's up, everybody? I'm Justin Maycat from Room 51, where we talk all things board gaming, and today I'm doing a Roll for Thought. So, Roll for Thought is a segment where me and Melissa, or one of us, discusses something that we just think is worth discussing in the board gaming universe. And today I wanted to talk about the idea of picking the game you're going to play with your group, whomever that is. Specifically when you haven't already chosen the game, like everybody's already there, they want to play a game, which game are we going to grab and bring to the table? The reason I bring this up is because of our gaming group, me, Melissa, and Sabrina the Teenage Meeple are really the main ones that will like watch the Dice Tower reviews and really know every single game in the collection. When it comes to people outside of the three of us playing the game, we usually then kind of have to be like, all right, so which game do you want to play? We can play all these games. We always get to play all of them, so let's give you the choice. And then they kind of look at it, and they a lot of times won't know any of the games that they haven't already played. Usually what that will do is we'll narrow it down to, okay, so this is our party size, so let's find games that are good for this number, and kind of pitch the game to them. We try to give a little pitch to them. And I'm curious to see, so leave it in the comments below, by the way, how you go about this process. So for us, we usually do that. And then we take into account, time constraints and things like that. And we always try to think of, okay, this is a game that these people would love. So if we're with people that were like, yeah, they would love Social Deduction, they would love Deception, Murder, and Hong Kong, we're pulling out Deception, Murder, and Hong Kong, and we're probably, I know for me at least, I'm probably going to oversell it a little bit. And I always get a little nervous about that. It's always tricky, though, to sell a Euro game, in my opinion. That was something I was thinking about. It's hard to sell a game like Teotihuacan. So, essentially what I just try to do is, like, it's a really thinky, brain-burning game that's really satisfying. It plays really smoothly. Turns are a lot of fun, and it's a very thinky game. It's always harder to sell those games versus generally the more like Ameritrash, really theme-oriented games. The theme-oriented games, you're really able to sell just a lot easier. For example, I know it's only 2 players, but a game like Baseball Highlights 2045 is really easy to sell to people that like baseball. You just talk about the theme, boom, they're sold. Once it's a Euro game, bit harder. We then also have our go-to games. So a game like Cartographers is a go-to game when we have a large group and we just want something that's pretty chill and fun, especially along the lines of a filler game in just its terms of chillness, where it doesn't feel like there's high stakes in the game, but we might want to go for a game that's longer than just a filler. So for me, Cartographers is awesome. Obviously, I know I always rave about Cartographers. This also kind of brings up the concept of games that we don't usually reach for. And that's something we're thinking of because we recently played Calico. And after playing Calico, we really enjoyed it, but we all kind of said at the end, I don't know if this game's going to get pulled off the shelf. And I know this is a bit of a different concept from what I was just talking about at first. It's not exactly the same thing, but if we're not pulling it off the shelf, I don't know who is, because we're the ones that are pitching the game to people. And I was trying to think of, alright, so why do we sometimes not pull a game off the shelf even if we liked it? So number one, it might be that the theme isn't great. So I know Melissa's not a huge fan of games centered around animals, and Calico's theme is heavily centered around animals. It's around cats. So that's one thing. Another thing is the game might not do something that's totally different from other games that we like more. And when that happens, that a lot of times becomes like a board game killer in the board gaming universe. But I don't view it that exact same way. It's just that I do believe that it can be harder when, if I'm thinking of Tile Lane, I might be thinking of Cacao before Calico. Those were 2 similarly named games. But regardless, I'm going to think of one before Calico a lot of times. So that's another aspect. The most likely way Calico's getting pulled, honestly, is when we have a cat lover in the home that wants to play a board game. They see Calico, they're going to ask, what's Calico? That's probably the only way I really see that game getting pulled, other than the fact that I made this video, now it has Calico in our minds, and we might be like, we're playing Calico no matter what. I'm really curious, so what's usually your method of deciding what game you're playing with a group? Leave it down in the comments below. If you enjoyed it, please like and subscribe. And you can join in on the discussion at Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter at ThisIsRoom51. And you can also watch us play games live on Twitch, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on Wednesdays. We also have a Redbubble if you want some merch in the links below, in the description below. Until then, catch you next time.